Infusion?
Infusion TV.
Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Zane Lowe and I'm backstage here at the Sandance Festival 2012 listening to Armin van Helden rip it on stage, and you're watching Infusion TV.
Here we are live on Infusion TV at Sandance backstage. Zane Lowe is here, flying in, flying
Oh,
out.
you just jumped into that. That was
natural.
amazing, dude.
So this is Steve Jones.
That was amazing, dude. We were literally like, before we even started this, you were like, and the thing is about out here, you know, I'm trying to get this dubstep thing moving. All right, here we are, we're at this.
But that's exactly how your set, oh my God, that was an amazing link.
You're
Hang
being
on.
too kind.
That is exactly how your set worked. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's
it was
fine.
a case of, here we go, we had Rizzle Kicks that represented UK music, and that was fantastic.
Yep.
We had Kaiser Chiefs,
Yep.
which you have a lot to be responsible for there.
Well,
That must
yeah.
be a blessing seeing them on stage.
Yeah, you know, we've had some good times in the, throughout the years, and still to this day, great to see them kind of out here playing shows and playing in front of big crowds. They got good billing at festivals, and you know, I don't know what their future holds, but I've really enjoyed hanging out with them throughout the years, and always continue to do so.
I mean, if you had a look at your Twitter statistics, there's a huge amount of people that follow you here in the Middle East because they're dying to hear about new music here.
Well, this is the thing people keep telling me, you know, when I did a little bit of press leading up to the show, was that, you know, people in Dubai, they feel that, you know, a little bit detached from music or whatever, but yeah, it's very simple. There's an internet, and you know, there's nothing that, it's not like I wake up and go.
You'd be surprised here.
Three
though.
doors.
Occasionally, there's a little sign that has a red line across it and goes, "No, shh, you can't do that."
Right. I don't even know what that means.
There's no iTunes here.
Oh, okay.
And that destroys it. And I spoke to Apple the other day. Sorry to talk on my own thing. Spoke to Apple the other day. I said to him, the problem is you're getting a culture of people downloading illegally, and that's going to affect the record. And when you're trying to do this,
Yeah.
but for Rizzle Kicks alone, that's a good example actually for me.
Right.
They are a new, fresh UK sound. It reminds me of Dub Pistols meets Specials meets that kind of ska music sound. But you can't access it here unless you do it illegally. But then you bring in dubstep music and the music that you played tonight, and you saw them rock out. There is a demand.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the thing is that records that are made with the right intention, have the right energy, are undeniable, whether you've heard them for the 10th time or the first time. And I always feel that when I'm DJing, if I get the set right and it feels right, and there might be people who don't know half of what I'm playing, but you know, the energy in the room or the energy on the beach or in the field or wherever you are should be at a level. And I felt tonight Dubai was really on a level, and I was grateful to be here.
What does the future hold in terms of this year for you? Festivals?
Yeah,
what's
lots
going on?
and lots of festivals, lots of first time in festivals. You know, I'm playing Creamfields as a DJ for the first time, and,
Awesome.
I'm on like the main stage there, which is gonna be great. So there's a lot of festivals like Global Gathering, Creamfields.
Be a festival at all this year?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm playing for the first time, but because I've been DJing for a long time leading up to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. I'm going in at a really nice entry level. So lots of festivals. I'm in the studio a lot. I've got an EP coming out this year. I'm working on other projects.
Nice.
Producing and remixing for other artists, and just keeping myself really occupied, and maybe a return to some of this.
And the thing is, you have almost the bucket list of acts that you've warmed up for as well. Foo Fighters, am I right?
Yeah,
And there are some moments.
Wembley Stadium.
There must be some special. I know it's a cliche. I know it's coming, but there must be some special moments.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been lucky in the sense that I've gone on the road and toured with lots of really exciting artists. I mean, Milton Keynes Bowl, playing before the Prodigy was a real turning point.
That's
for
a
me.
great venue. That's an elliptical kind of.
Because everything just kind of came together for me that day, and good people weren't just in the crowd enjoying themselves, but people who kind of gave me other tours, saw that show, so that was a nice turning point. Doing the Skrillex tour earlier this year in the UK and playing in New York with him was pretty special. But then again, I just played Brixton before Nero the other day, and that was I played Brixton like 5 times now, Academy, and always had really good experiences there, but that was probably my favourite personal experience playing in Brixton before Nero.
I tell you what, tonight you have been described, and this will shock you, or surprise you, or fascinate you, or
Offend
be
you?
wonderful. No, it won't offend you. I promise it won't. You haven't been described as me. You've been described as the current John Peel of Radio 1, and you've had that before.
No, I'm not trying to brush it under the carpet. I mean, I'm just trying to.
Do you know why they say that? It's because people. John Peel it was the last guideline people had for new groundbreaking music, and the fact that when you do your hits, when you nominate a track that you really like, people actually listen. That's a fantastic attribute to
I'm
have.
very privileged. I'm grateful to be in a position where I have, platforms, whether on a stage or more prominently, let's be honest, 4 nights a week on the greatest new music radio station in the world to play with free play. So, my feeling about an observation like that, whilst I would never ever fly in the face of it, because it's just truly an honor to even be mentioned in the same breath.
Yeah, phenomenal.
As the great John Peel, for me, I think that there's me, and there's Steve Lamacq and Hugh Stevens and John Kennedy and Marianne Hobbs and Annie Mac and Rob DeBank, and there's a ton of DJs and right across the spectrum who are all trying to maintain our own aspect of his grand legacy.
Yeah.
What he did as one individual, we're all trying to sort of maintain that momentum, but as a group of people.
Yeah.
Which is the best compliment I can give to John's legacy, and we all miss him greatly, within the building, and his leadership and direction on music. He never ever walked around with that attitude at all. He was incredibly kind of kept himself to himself and did his thing, but on the air, that guy was the great boundary pusher.
He's the personification of people that just love music.
Yeah.
There's no genre, there's no bracket, there's nothing. There's just a passion and an ear.
But he had an opinion about it, and he was very, very clear about records he didn't like and artists
Was
he
it
didn't
commercial opinion, or do you think it was founded in the love of music?
No, it was just John's opinion.
Yeah.
The thing about music is that with the advent of the internet, what it's done is it's given everyone an opportunity to share opinion and share music worldwide and share and filter music to one another. And so it's created a big global community, and so you get exposed to music internationally in a big way, and that's influenced the UK to a sense. I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to live in the United Kingdom was because it was and still is and always will be, really, in my opinion, one of the leaders at the forefront of creating hybrid creativity, which is to say that you can take a bit of two-step garage and a bit of drum and bass and a bit of rap and a bit of grime and make it and call it dubstep or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So what I like about the UK is that everyone's always trying to push boundaries, and whilst sometimes it's frustrating to try and keep up and see where everything's going, that's the great challenge about it. Internationally, that's had a massive impact, and now you have artists like Skrillex who are smashing the hell out of it, with his own variation of dubstep. And
phenomenally respectful man though as well to the origins of his music.
You can't, you're preaching to the converted.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the support squad. I'm certainly a big fan of Sonny's.
I think the whole world has got there now though. The whole world is a little bit
he still has his detractors, but the cool thing about Sonny is he's not defiant about it. He's just understanding. I think anybody who makes music or does anything that's going to provoke reaction, push buttons, it's not. You can have several approaches. You either accept it, you fight against it, or you just understand it.
Yeah.
And if you just understand that not everyone's going to like what he does, not everyone's going to think that what I say means anything, not everyone's going to think that Aman's amazing, or they'll probably way more than think means more of a percentage for him. It's just you got to accept it, and I think that getting back to your point, music is incredibly exciting right now, and the world feels like a small place full of lots of possibilities.
You're quite interactive with the audience.
Yeah, I mean, less so than some, but appropriately for me, for my personality.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to imagine what I would do outside of music. It would probably be something the complete opposite of anything. I'd probably, try and run a farm
You're
or something.
preaching to about music through the veins.
It's kind of it.
And here, when you were playing tonight, there were just people that had that smile on their face.
That's
that
good.
is that moment when you just know somebody is absorbed.
There's a lot
by
of
everything
strobe
you're
lights
doing.
going on there, so it could have been like this. Because when you put a strobe light on a face, this could look like this.
Like a bird that's just.
And then you turn the
fallen
lights
out
off,
of
and
its
it's like this. It's like,
mate, it's an absolute pleasure and an
Olly.
honour, and fly safe and come back.
yeah, I'm happy to.
Done. Ladies and gentlemen, Infusion TV out.
Cool.
Pleasure.
Whoa, great interview. Nice one. Wow.